Hey, I wanted to point out something that I think is not obvious, even though it soon will be if it isn't already for you. And that is that you're not going to create your life by reading Neville Goddard. You're not going to create your life by watching The Secret. You're going to read these things, watch these YouTube channels, and you're going to hear a lot of ideas. And you're going to take from them what makes sense to you, and you're going to create your own philosophy eventually, if you continue down this path. There is no one person who talks about the nature of reality that is not filtering it through themselves. I love Caleb from Pluto's Gate. I just love him. Anyway, he had a video last week, which I will link to. I can't remember exactly what the term was, but basically he was saying, where's the magic floating book that says that this is the way it is? There is no final word on any of this. So, for example, some people are going to watch Esther Hicks, listen to Esther Hicks, right? I have spent some time listening to her stuff earlier this year, like January, back when I was first kind of getting back into this. And I understand what she's saying a lot of the time. And there are things that she says that I don't necessarily agree with, or that I think is being directed at, that's being dumbed down, let's say. And for some people, they need that. It's that simple. It doesn't mean it's the only way to do things. It doesn't mean that the way Esther Hicks tells you to approach the things you want or the things you're struggling with is the way, or if you don't like it, that it's false. All it means is that it's not your way right now, even. It could be your way another time. It really pays to approach every word that you read and hear on this topic of the nature of reality and how you create your reality. It really pays to approach it all with a completely open mind. As you hear things, you're going to take something from this person and take something from this person. All you're really trying to do with any of this is figure out how this works for you, because this isn't new. It's not a brand new, different life. It's just explaining to you what you've already been living. Always. You've always been doing this. You've always been creating with your beliefs. And, whether you like the idea of, for me personally, I believe that you can pretty much create exactly what you like, exactly what you want, in the details that you want. I don't believe that you have to go general. If you really want a specific thing and there is nothing else that will suffice, like for me, in my video about getting the account with this company that I wanted, right, to wholesale products in my store. That was a specific thing. I wanted those specific items. I have other stuff that is, essentially the same exact thing, just from a different company, but I wanted those. And so I got that specific thing. In other areas where there would be a million different things that aren't specific, that could fill my desire and give me the thing that I want, I would prefer not to hone in on a specific thing. I have to tell you, the specific person thing really rubs me the wrong way. And that's just me. I think you can absolutely, if you can figure out how, and you can figure out the right way and everything, and figure out what you're doing that's making it not happen, all that stuff, I think you can absolutely, why not? You can manifest back a person. Why? Why wouldn't you be able to? That fits right in with all of this. There's something about it for me personally that I don't like, because, and maybe it's just my personal approach to relationships, which is basically that I've dumped every person I've ever been in a relationship with. At some point, I've just said, this thing is wrong and I don't want this. I feel like the fact that this thing is wrong is reflective of you and who you are, and I just think that means we're not a match. And there aren't, the only person really that I thought maybe might simply be in the wrong form at this time due to age and circumstance was the person that I dated at the end of the year last year. And that's why I did this specific person thing with him. But honestly, when I think about it, and I don't like the feeling of obligation that I have to that, I want to be open to somebody far better, somebody who matches with me right now, the way I am right now. I want to be open to that, and I don't want to be I don't feel like I need that specific person. Like, that's me. Half the people watching this right now are probably just like, no way, I gotta have my specific person. And you have your reasons for that, and you have your desire that you have, and you have your philosophy, you have your experience in life, and that's why that is right for you. So it doesn't mean that you watch my channel, hear me say that, and just say, well, I'm into it for the specific person, so fuck this. There's nothing for me to get here. This person isn't, this person isn't a true, whatever. Same thing with any other person, any other philosophy. I don't think most people would probably consider Stoicism to really go hand in hand with Neville Goddard, but I find a lot of value from studying that. I found a lot of personally beneficial things for my day-to-day life from studying Stoicism. But I'm taking what I like from it. You don't have to be a full-on wholesale subscriber to a single ideology or a single philosophy. In fact, it's kind of dumb. Like, that's just what a bunch of other people have decided. You decide for yourself what your reality is. That's at the core of all of this. Your beliefs and your desires and everything else are yours and yours alone to decide what to do with. You create your reality, and that means that you can get into whatever you want and take whatever you want from it. You can get your benefit from me and reject the other 90% of things that you think are my limiting beliefs, or you're a Neville purist and you don't like the law of attraction stuff, whatever. You can watch The Secret and go, oh, that's bogus, but that speaks to me. I get that. That makes sense. That's part of my philosophy now. That's the approach to have, I think. And again, this is just my opinion. Maybe for other people, becoming a complete devotee towards one specific thing, like Buddhism, or just fully becoming a Neville Goddard disciple or something like that, perhaps that's your way. Freedom of thought. That's always been a big thing for me. Freedom has always been a big theme for me. And individuality and other people not telling me how to do things in my life has kind of been a big thing for me too. So, this is my philosophy. And I think that you should create your own philosophy. If you want. If you don't, if you want to be a disciple, there's value in that too. But really, at the end of the day, whatever you think reality is what it is. Think equals believe. Whatever you believe is what will be. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. And so you can take from this, take from that, take from everything else, and create your own personal philosophy that will probably look very much like the thing that you resonated with the most, but with some tweaks, some things that you like that make your life make sense to you more, make it more pleasurable, make it feel safer, whatever. You know, that's the approach I would recommend taking personally, because there's a lot to be gotten from people that you don't necessarily agree with on everything. There's a lot to be gotten from people that you despise. Some of the most profoundly influential things that I've ever learned, I've learned from people that I absolutely cannot stand. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. You know, it pays to be open-minded when approaching all of this stuff that is not set in stone, that is not yet proven by science. You have to really take it in, keep the stuff that feels right, reject the stuff that feels wrong. You will know. You have an internal sense for these things. You will know what's right for you and what's wrong for you.